have
Who else
more
has
on
been
that.
sober for many years? Timpf, and that's why we're so glad to have her. Bright and cheery on a Sunday morning. You read the New York Times piece about Trump liking the ladies?
Yes, I did.
So it was obviously designed to show that he's a woman hater, and it comports perfectly with Hillary's campaign theme, which is the same.
Right.
Did it work?
No, you know what? When I think about my concerns about Donald Trump, it's more along the lines of him saying he might want to raise the minimum wage, or him saying don't worry about the debt because we print the money. Stuff like this is kind of, you know, whatever. Like you were saying, let's look at what the Clintons have done in their personal lives. Probably won't, but that stuff is way more disturbing to me than
the actual policy ideas.
Yeah, exactly. I want to talk about policy. I'm a woman, but policy, believe it or not, is more important to me than this pandering based on gender that's happening all over the campaign.
But, and yet, we see all these polls that show Donald Trump not doing very well with the ladies. So this piece, is it worth taking a look at this piece and diving into it? It's a lengthy piece about, because it's not just on the surface, you can't just dismiss it and say that he's been mean to women. As we talked about, he's elevated women to the heights of his organizations. So there's a lot in this piece to digest.
Right, absolutely. And if you look at it, like you said, he's actually elevated women more so than Hillary Clinton has, I would say. And then there's, you know, she's just running up because she's a woman. I'm a feminist. But if you look at her record, there's women that accused her husband of sexual assault, and then she tore them down. So we could have plenty of this discussion on all sides, all around. But this has been what they've been focusing on with Donald Trump. So, of course, it's had an impact because people are just being fed it constantly. Trump sexist, these stories, this story, that story, rather than looking, I want to talk about policy.
Right, and a lot of people think that Donald Trump's supporters support him no matter what. They know he's a brash billionaire and they take him for what he is and think that he's a deal maker and will work for him.
Yes.
So it could potentially even backfire. Female voters, you know, it's a voting bloc that Hillary Clinton is banking on, but just recently there was a big focus group done by Frank Luntz, and they're saying, hey, stop pandering to me. Watch.
I want a word or phrase to describe Hillary Clinton.
Corrupt.
Liar.
Deceiver.
Opportunist.
When a politician appeals to you as a woman, what do you say back to them?
I'm offended. I am a person. My gender is really irrelevant in judging them or being treated. My degree is electrical engineering. I worked in a male field. It was totally irrelevant.
It shouldn't matter. I don't feel like I'm oppressed. Don't treat me like a victim.
I feel the same way. I don't need Hillary fighting for me. I'm fine on my own.
Don't pander to women.
Is it totally irrelevant, gender? I mean, I asked this question yesterday, you know, because you go in the voting booth, people say this in focus groups or when they're on the phone, and pollsters call them up and they like to feel good about themselves and tell people they feel a certain way. Then they go behind that curtain and they're a woman and they're looking at a woman on the ballot for the first time and they're looking at a man. What do they do? Does it matter?
Right, I think it does to some women. I think to younger women, and polls show this too, they care a lot less about Hillary being a woman. A lot of millennials support Bernie Sanders. It's more, I think, on, you know, the older side. She's not doing as well with women as she would have expected to have done, because she's not getting younger people excited about her, even though she is a woman. She's not saying, I'm a woman, I'm going to help you with these policies necessarily. She talks a little bit about child care and some of the things I don't know how we would necessarily pay for, but it's mostly, you're a woman, I'm a woman too. Let's sell these pink little cards. And, you know, I'm not a 3-year-old planning a birthday party.
But I'm losing track here of what we're supposed to pretend. Are we supposed to pretend men and women are exactly the same? That's, you know, women can serve in SEAL Team 6, where they're exactly the same. Or women are totally different, and she'll be totally different as a president. Like, which is it?
I know, exactly. It's like a feminist to say women are so oppressed that they need constant help. I don't see that as being feminism. There are certain, obviously sexism exists. It's something we need to talk about. But to say that I need constant help, and if Hillary Clinton's not president, my whole life will be destroyed, I will be totally fine.
I think you'll be fine no matter what happens.
Exactly.
You seem like a very resilient person.
I sure am.
And we're happy that you came in on a Sunday morning. Thanks so much,
I love it.
Timpf.
Thanks.
Good to see you.